Good evening, everyone. Good morning. I'm so excited. Today is actually the Feast of St. Nicholas. So that's why I have my Christmas blouse on. Happy St. Nicholas to all of those celebrating. He was a man who lived in the 13th century, I think 12th to 13th century, and he was extremely generous, and we celebrate him today as Santa Claus. And so today is his feast day, meaning that it's a special day just for him, and we remember him. And I can remember traveling to different countries and actually seeing beautiful celebrations and processions in the streets, specifically in France. I don't know if that's going on now since we've been sort of on lockdown for a long time, but anyway, happy Day of St. Nicholas. And today we're talking about monthly specials. I'm going to be talking about some of those, what I'm going to call off-label uses for your essential oils that may be things you haven't heard about or things you haven't considered before, things that I just have maybe stored in the back of my head or know from reading books or other materials, and I want to make sure that you know them too. So stay tuned, and we're going to get started right away. Let me share my screen with you. And if you can see my screen, if anybody can give me a thumbs up, that would be great. I love it. Monthly, how to use them. So we've got a lot of things that we are that we're talking about this month. And I think that everyone who is, oops. You can all see my screen? Still see my, yeah, okay. For a second, I got a weird message there, and I wanted to make sure that I was still on there. We've got some amazing specials. I think we are going to talk about some cool things that we've seen before, some things that maybe we haven't seen before. I'm trying very carefully to make sure that I have all of my whoops, there we go. Okay, so we've got all of our monthly specials. Let's talk a little bit. Let's get started and talk about them right away. So first of all, the ideas expressed in this presentation are primarily from the book Essential Oils Healthcare for Today, a Beginner's Guide. But today especially, I'm going to be talking a lot from the following book, The Essential Life Guide. Now, many of you may be looking at this cover and thinking to yourself, wait, what is that? I've never seen that one before. This is a brand new edition. It is the 9th edition. I don't get paid for telling you about this book. I have to tell you, though, it is my hands down favorite book. I love the photography. I love the ideas. And it's been something that I have been referring to for years and years. And just now after convention, the newest edition came out, and it does not fail to disappoint. As always, it's a stunner, and it's got some great new ideas in it. Here's the other thing that I want you to consider. It has all of the new oils in it. So if you've never seen this book before, or you've never used it, this is something that you absolutely do want to consider. So tell me a little bit about you. What is your favorite book? Because I'd love to hear, or favorite material, maybe if you are not using books. Some people are, some people are not, but I'd love to hear what kind of here we go, materials that you are using. We've got a, you can see I'm fooling around with my screen, right? Because I'm getting a little, I'm trying to make sure that I have the chat open. And I'm also trying to make sure that I can see all of your beautiful faces and also see my notes, because it's going to make for a much better presentation if I can see my own notes. Okay, now I can see everyone on my 2 screens. And most of you know that I work with 2 screens. So you know that sometimes I'm a little bit mixed up. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. We are going to start right off with the specials from the US, and our first specials, actually we've got everything on one screen today, which is terrific. We've got our 10% off, which is our Ylang Ylang. We've got our product of the month, which is Clove. And the last product is something, a 200 PV special, which is really kind of cool. I'm going to talk a little bit about more about that. If you're purchasing 200 PV in a single order, you can get a 5 milliliter frankincense, a 5 milliliter myrrh, and then a limited time offer that's called Holiday Love. And no, I haven't smelled it, but I imagine that it smells amazing. I'm looking in the chat to see if anybody has told me anything about books. Betty says she likes the Essential Emotions book. Yeah, I love that one too. If you're using any sort of the devices like the iTovi or any of the older devices, and you want to really look up those oils, the Emotion books is a great one. If you haven't had a chance to purchase the new one, or you haven't purchased a new one in a few versions, I think actually the one that I had in my office up until I got this one was the 6th edition, and this is the 9th edition. So it really does have new stuff in there. And I think you'll be really satisfied. It is a little heavy, so you're having it shipped around the world. Prepare yourself. However, I think that they were having some sort of specials on shipping. So just check it out. I'm sure it's something that you really want to look into. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our 10% off. You can use your Ylang Ylang, obviously, for an Epsom salts for a relaxing bath. This is one of the ways that I've used it for, I want to say, about the last 10 years. In general, I'm not a person who takes a bath soaking in a tub. I shower, but I don't soak in a tub more than maybe once a month. But sometimes it just feels great to sit in that tub, warm water, and I'll put in my Epsom salts and my Ylang Ylang, and I'll frequently add in some bergamot because I love those two essential oils together. And that's my way to kind of soak away my stress. If I've had a particularly hard exercise workout, that's another thing that I'll sit in my tub and just kind of allow my muscles to relax. And I actually haven't taken one of those deep soaking baths for a while. So maybe I'll get to it. The weekends just passed, but maybe the next few days I'll get to it. You can use it as an aromatherapy steam to freshen your skin. You can place it on your wrist for a sweet perfume. I love Ylang Ylang. I know some people are kind of mixed about it. And then, of course, you can combine it with fractionated coconut oil for all different sorts of things, for massage, for uplifting. And right here it says for deep hair conditioner. I haven't used it that way, but maybe you would like to try it, or if you have used it, let me know. Brenda's telling me that she loves the Essential Oils Hormone Solution. Yes, that is actually a wonderful book. And if you haven't tried it, I don't use that one on a daily basis, I would say, but it is something that I have in my repertoire. And I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for new and better and different books. Okay, next on the hit parade, let's talk a little bit about Clove. Now, this is one of those oils that we've seen again and again. I want to make sure that we've got some light on there in the background. I mean, it is Christmas time after all, right? So we want to have not just our clothing, we've got to have our lights going. What can I tell you about Clove? Okay, so you know that it's terrific for any sort of tooth discomfort or cavities, right? You can dilute it and apply it directly to the affected area to ease pain. I don't usually apply it with my finger. I'll tell you why, because the teeth are small, my fingers are big. I don't do a good job. I usually use something like a Q-tip or some dental floss. That works better for me. I apply it to the tip of the Q-tip, also known as a cotton swab. I guess that's the generic name. And I apply it underneath my gum, around the tooth, and it's super effective. Applying it right to the dental floss, I'll take a piece of dental floss, kind of paint it on, and then gently, gently floss my tooth. Also tends to really work. Sometimes we just have something jammed underneath the gum that's bugging us. Just that little bit of extra clove oil can be a really wonderful way for us to clean out, disinfect, get whatever is in there out, and then get the good essential oils in. If you have a slow metabolism, and some of us do, some of us don't, but if you happen to have a slow metabolism, or you think you might, Clove is a wonderful essential oil to use. You can apply it to the soles of the feet or take it in a capsule. If you're thinking of stopping smoking, or really any sort of thing that's bugging you, and that could be smoking cigarettes or juuling or other habits that you're thinking to yourself, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Take Clove with black pepper. You can put Clove and black pepper right under the tongue. might be a little sharp for you. You can also use it as a perfume, especially gentlemen. I feel like clove and black pepper together just smells very, I don't know, manly. It's a good thing. I really like it. Or you can take the two of those in a capsule. But anyway, use your clove and your black pepper together if you're trying to specifically stop smoking. And I know in certain parts of the world, smoking is less of a problem, and in other places, it is still a big problem. I want you to be healthy, please. So if you're considering stopping smoking, maybe make 2022 your year to stop. Last but not least, if we're talking about anything like nerve inflammation, anything where our muscles are just weakening, or we have bones that are getting weaker. And I think you know what I'm talking about. You want to take it in a capsule or apply diluted to the soles of the feet. If you have any questions about what I'm talking about, ask me in the chat. I can't answer you directly, but I can talk to you in the chat if you're at all confused, or ask your friend, hey, what the heck is she talking about? We always want to be compliant on this Zoom. And so today is no different. Izan says, can you dilute the clove with water and then apply it on the gums and teeth? Okay, so that's actually a wonderful question, Izan. So you know that oil and water don't mix, right? So we don't usually dilute essential oils with water ever. If you wanted to make maybe a spray, that would be one thing, or a mouth rinse. And that would be a great idea. Water with a little bit of clove oil to rinse your mouth. Could be a little spicy, so just watch out. I would prefer to dilute it with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil on the cotton swab, maybe a 1-to-1 dilute. So 1 drop clove to 1 drop of fractionated coconut oil, and then apply it on the teeth if you were afraid that it was going to be a little bit too spicy. Okay, next on our hit parade is our 200 PV special. This is something that I honestly have never seen before in December. Usually when we had our 200 PV special, we would get a 15 milliliter frankincense. And some of you in certain markets are still getting this, but I have to say, I am super happy to get a limited time edition. I love limited time offers or special editions. That's my jam. I love to open them up and try them out. Maybe I'll get 2 because I order twice. I manage my mom's account. Many of you know my mother's elderly, so my mom will get 1 and I'll get 1. And if she doesn't love it to death, I'll take it, I have to say. I try to give her other things and substitute. Okay, let's talk first of all about frankincense. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to be talking a lot about frankincense. Get out your pencils. We've got a lot to say. Number 1 is we want to talk about our immune health. When frankincense is concerned, we're always talking about our immune health. We're also talking about our cells. We want our cells to be strong, right? We don't want any of those weak, wimpy cells that are going to cause us problems later on. You can take your frankincense in a capsule or under the tongue. You can massage it over affected areas. So if you're having any sort of immune issues that might topically come to the skin, you want to be able to put it right on your skin. Remember, essential oils can be drying. So you want to be able to massage that in with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. So if using topically, especially if you're going to be repeating your usage, make sure you're diluting with fractionated coconut oil. For any sort of trauma or distress, I'm going to drop it under the tongue or apply it here at the hairline. So all around the hairline, you've got someone who's just in extreme distress. Hopefully they'll be willing to sit down and you'll be able to apply that to them. If they're not, maybe you can apply it to them or ask them to do it themselves. If you yourself are under extreme stress, and I'm so sorry if you are, really are, this is quite a difficult season, I have to say. Apply your frankincense around your hairline. Now, many of you I know are applying it here at the back of the neck, but I'm going to encourage you to get it all around your head. Here's the other thing. Do you have any kind of back discomfort, head discomfort? Maybe you've got that kind of discomfort that feels like almost like a shooting dart down the back of your leg. That's a wonderful way to use your frankincense. Also, use your frankincense topically, apply it right to the affected area, or take it in a capsule. Everybody following along? I hope so. Let's keep talking about myrrh. For myrrh, number 1 on the hit parade for me is gum disease. So you got your clove before, and now you've got your myrrh. Now, what's the reasoning Of course, we're getting frankincense and myrrh because it's the holiday season. Those were the oils that were talked about in the Bible when the Christ child came. So of course, we're getting frankincense and myrrh. But frankincense, clove, and myrrh are excellent for the mouth. When we eat a lot of sugary foods, which we tend to do during the holiday season, we want to make sure that we're protecting our mouth. I don't want you in January to have to go to the dentist and feel like, oh my goodness, I have a big dental bill because I didn't take care of my teeth. So use your clove and your myrrh, right? So you can apply your myrrh directly to your gums. You can use it as a mouth rinse. It's wonderful if you're having, did you ever brush or floss your teeth and maybe it's a little bit, you're getting some bleeding or maybe some spots inside of your mouth. Anything that your gums are not as healthy as you hope they could be, myrrh is the thing for you. If you have kind of dry skin or fine lines, or maybe even cracked heels, many of us are trying to use those, ladies, I'm talking to you, trying to use our fancier shoes now during the holidays. And we take off our socks and our trainers that we've been wearing nonstop over or maybe boots that can absolutely wreck your feet. And you look at your feet and you think, oh no, what a mess. Use your myrrh, ladies or gentlemen, of course, on your cracked heels or any sort of dry skin that you may have. Now, myrrh in general, I find I don't usually need to dilute. And for those of you who have used myrrh topically, I think you'll know that myrrh is a little bit thicker, a little more viscous than certain other essential oils. If you've used myrrh, let me know in the chat what you've used it for and if you've used it for your skin. Myrrh is also excellent for respiratory support. If you got discomfort in your throat, sometimes we breathe in at night, we sleep with our mouths open, and then we have discomfort in our throat. If we're feeling that we can't breathe properly, or maybe we have a bit of a runny nose or a bit of a stuffy chest, all of those things, you can apply it to your chest, to your forehead, take it in a capsule over your sinuses, if your sinuses are in any sort of distress. So use your myrrh. It really will support you during this time of year. Finally, holiday love. Let's talk about that for a minute. I've had this slide up for a moment, but I want to talk about what it is, what I've heard, because I haven't experienced it yet. dōTERRA is saying that is relaxed, inviting, spicy, sweet, and nostalgic. Okay, sounds good to me. It is a blend of cedarwood, Siberian fir, wild orange, frankincense, balsam Peru, Nootka, labdanum, cinnamon bark, tonka bean, and vanilla. You have a lot of warmth in there. You've got your tonka bean, you've got your vanilla, and then you've also got, I think, your woody oils, and you've also got your Siberian fir. So I think it's going to smell great. I'm sure it will. All of the blends from dōTERRA, in my opinion, smell really great. Bonnie says to tell us that she uses her myrrh for her face and she loves it. And she's so happy to know that it can be used on cracked heels. Yes, use your myrrh, ladies. It's worth it. And if you've been storing a bottle of myrrh back in the back of your cabinet for a while, try it out. Z says she doesn't fancy the myrrh smell, but it's super good for skin and she's adding it to her facial serum. Crack it out and use it. Thank you that's a great tip, Z. Thank you so much. On another note, since Z just popped on, I have to do a little commercial here. Z is one of our wonderful members who this month achieved the rank of diamond, and we're so incredibly happy for her. Congratulations, Z. That's a fine achievement. You have a beautiful team. You've done some really spectacular work over the last few years that I've known you, and she just has the most lovely family, and Z is just a powerhouse. So thank you so much for having been here every single solitary week. I just had to jump in. I'm so happy. Everyone's saying hello, congratulations, Z, woohoo, hooray for Z. Yes, Z is an amazing lady. So if you have the chance, give her a shout out in the chat, even if you haven't met her, because she really deserves a great congratulations. So hooray, hooray. And hopefully we'll get to see you all very soon. So best of luck. And thank you for all your hard work and dedication. It means the world to all of us and to everyone here to see consistency and just a fine team. So thank you for being a wonderful builder. Okay, holiday love. What can I tell you? You can use it at the end of the day when you're winding down. You can use it in a diffuser, a room spray, dryer balls, or DIY sachets. Sounds good. I'm going to use mine the minute I get it. I don't have it yet, but as soon as I do, I will let you know. So here's a quick slide with some diffuser blends, Clove and Madagascar vanilla. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely amazing. And the other thing that I've added into that blend is actually some wild orange. I love that blend. Warm apple cider with rum and chamomile, vanilla, cinnamon, and clove, and seasons greetings with wild orange, Madagascar vanilla, and clove. Here's an interesting thing. Apropos vanilla, we had a question in one of the chats actually recently about should I or can I or would you recommend that I use vanilla in cooking? So this is what I'm hearing. Vanilla, the vanilla essential oil, when used one single drop, is usually, I'm hearing, wonderful in beverages. So things like tea, coffee, maybe a smoothie, something about the cold and the beverage. It's emulsified quickly, and it really does give a warming, lovely fragrance and taste. However, if you need to use it in baked goods, you'll probably use quite a few drops. You might consider holding off on using it in your cookies, because if you are baking Christmas cookies, I don't think you're going to get the same punchy vanilla flavor that you would get from using commercial vanilla. You want to use something that's a highest quality that you can afford, but just know that if you are considering using your Madagascar vanilla in your baking, because remember, heat is going to change, perhaps not make it toxic, but just change how it smells perhaps, or reduce the quality of the essential oil. So using your Madagascar vanilla in a heated preparation may actually reduce the flavor as well. So I've heard people using as many as 10 drops in a single batch of cookies. Just keep it in mind. If the sky's the limit, you really want to try it, just know that you may have to add a little bit more. Just want to let you know that. Okay, let's talk about Singapore. We've got some new photographs here, folks. I love this one. I've been to this place and it is really super special. I'm so glad that we're celebrating Singapore with some brand new photographs. Let's talk about your specials. Your product of the month is a 5 milliliter Holiday Joy. And you're going to get that cute pine cone ornament. I love the ornaments that we get every year. Why? Because I love saturating them with essential oils and then hanging them around in my closets and in different parts of my house. I don't usually put them on the tree, I have to tell you. Occasionally I do, but most of the time I use them as hanging diffusers around my house. And I give away most of them. So I have to say, even after all these years, I don't really own a ton of them. I think behind me, yes, you can see one right behind me there on my, hanging on my cabinet. I have a round one there that's from a couple of years back. And I've been using Harvest Spice. Don't ask me, Harvest Spice is out of stock, I know, with Madagascar vanilla on repeat until I use it all up, and then I'll use something else. But anyway, it's super cute. This ornament is super cute. Z says it's actually the first year that you're getting in Singapore a new ornament. Who knew? I didn't know that. The other thing that's going to be on sale is 10% off of your On Guard cleaner. For those of you who haven't used On Guard cleaner, you know that it's great to use either full concentration or with water. You can also add some white vinegar to it. I would use the full concentration only for spot cleaning, and I would test it first. It really is super concentrated. Don't be fooled thinking this doesn't look that concentrated. It really is. Just as an aside, that our Holiday Joy is a blend of wild orange, clove, cassia, Siberian fir, frankincense, ginger, balsam fir, and cistus. You can use it right on your skin because it doesn't tend to be super hot. If you have very sensitive skin, you might want to dilute it. Back of the neck, bottoms of the feet. I kind of use it as a holiday perfume, but I'm also using it as on repeat in my office. For those of you who were able to get a bottle, I hope you got a bottle. You'll get your bottle. Today's the 6th, so you still have some time. Yes. Okay. Next special on the Hot Hit Parade is a 200 PV special. If you buy 200 PV, you will get a 15 milliliter frankincense. So this is a great deal for anybody who's in Singapore. I've got a quick spray for you. 15 drops of frankincense, 15 drops of grapefruit, 30 drops of Douglas fir, and you're going to add that into a spray bottle, and that can really give you a wonderful spray of the tree, scent of the tree. I'm putting it in the chat for anybody who's looking. Jessica says she hangs her ornament on her windowsill. And yes, everybody, she says it's time to stock up. It is indeed time to stock up. So if you have any oils that you love, especially from the holidays, grab them now. In the US, actually, almost everything is sold out. It's so crazy. We had, as you know, 2 rounds of specials, November 1st and December 1st, and things are going super quickly. So get them while they're hot. Okay. Here's an interesting, and those of you who know this market, let me know, is it sold out? Because very often you have a quick sellout. You have your Lytsea, your geranium, your lemon, and your on guard. And I don't know if you know, but Lytsea specifically is wonderful with cedarwood, geranium, ginger, rose, or sandalwood. So you're considering blending your Lytsea with any essential oils. Great with Lytsea. I'm putting that in the chat. You can also use it for seasonal support if you're having the blues. I know sometimes around Christmas time, it's tricky, right? Sometimes we see family, sometimes we don't see family. Sometimes we'd rather not see certain people. They come around anyway, whether you want to see them or not. Holidays, it's all over the place, especially this year, right? You can use your Lytsea for negative thinking or speech, nervous tension or a stressed mind, lack of motivation, fatigue, and sleep issues. So use your Lytsea. I would be blending equal parts of the Lytsea, the geranium, and the lemon together in a diffuser and using that on repeat. If you have it, use it. Your geranium, as you know, is great for hormonal support. So use the oils that you have. You're also going to get 2 citrus oils with 1 flower oil, which is often a great combination. If you're generally not a fan of geranium, blending it with those stronger citrus oils like Lytsea is going to be an easy way for you to get good use out of it, but yet kind of tone it down. What is Eileen? OGCC is safe for kids. I feel better having them blow bubbles using that than dish soap. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you could blow bubbles with that. Thank you, Eileen. That's a wonderful tip. And at first, when I saw OGCC, I thought, wait, what? Yes. On Guard Concentrated Cleaner, OGCC. Who knew? Okay, let's keep going. And for a quick recipe for our cleaner, we've got here mixing 2 tablespoons with water to clean surfaces, 1 tablespoon with detergent to eliminate odors in your laundry, and a gallon of water for washing dishes, and also water to clean bathrooms. I use my On Guard cleaner all over the house. I'm substituting it now with some of the Abode products. As I said before, we don't know how long this is going to be around. Maybe it'll stick around and just be repackaged in a pouch. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Only doTERRA knows, folks. Only doTERRA knows. Let's talk a little bit about Malaysia. Is this the most amazing photo, folks? I mean, I just love this photo. I know that it's probably photoshopped or photo enhanced, but it is so cool. So for all my friends in Malaysia, this is for you. Product of the month in Malaysia is, again, the 5 milliliter Holiday Joy with the Pinecone ornament. Did you know that your Holiday Joy can be used for to support you during this cold and flu season? You want to diffuse it to support yourself or inhale it from your cupped hands. The ingredients in there are going to be terrific for supporting your immune system. I know it smells wonderful and you just want to scent up the house, but it really is protecting you from some of those nasty things that we could all get in the season. A 10% off on oregano roll-on. What do we use oregano for? I have to say, not an oregano fan. I know it's a fabulous oil. I've said this here live before. Sometimes people think I'm crazy. I don't like it. If I'm super sick, I'll take it. But in general, back. don't like that oregano. In the touch form, for me, it's more palatable, and I will use it on my feet. Usually I want it far away from my nose. If you're trying to protect yourself from things like bacteria or viruses, you can apply it to your affected areas. You can also swab it right on the soles of your feet, which is what I would do with this. Let me know in the chat, what's your favorite way to use oregano? You probably have a favorite way, especially if you're a devotee. Have you used the touch before? I want to hear more chit chat in the chat and see what everybody has to say. Okay, now we've got something amazing. Listen to this. Terrastix. Now, I'm sure outside of the Malaysia, some of you are saying, what? Wait, what are these Terrastix? This is a Be Healthy Together offer, a Terrastix Family Kit limited to 1 set per account. And I'm actually going to try, I hope I can succeed in playing a short video for you. Let's see if it'll work. Yes. No, we can hear anything. Can you hear? No. Orange mango and lemon berry with turmeric in it. So I think that's a great new addition to your lineup. I know you couldn't hear that video. It doesn't say much. It just had kind of loud music playing. I know my sound sometimes, because I'm using 2 screens, is a little funky, and a microphone. I don't want to unplug my microphone. You got to see what it is. You basically put it in water and it's going to help you with your health. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's a health protector. And I think with the 2 different flavors, and now you're getting basically 2 for 1, that's a great thing. Your 200 PV special in Malaysia is also the frankincense. We've got one more usage for frankincense. I think we're actually have maybe 2 more. We want to use this for autoimmune support, right? We've got a lot of people that are challenged with autoimmune issues. Autoimmune issues are on the rise. Want to make sure that whatever we can do to support our bodies to make them not be as susceptible to things like that. For that end, I would be taking it in a capsule, applying it to the bottoms of the feet over the spleen. If you're not sure where the spleen is, you got to get out of diagram. I know I was the first one who didn't know where anything was in the body. I remember somebody once said to me, apply it over the liver. And I was like, wait, the liver? No idea. Now I know, because I've studied my biology a little bit more, but you can too apply it over the spleen. Okay, let's keep going. I've got a quick diffuser blend for you, using your cedarwood, your Douglas fir, and your holiday joy. Who here has bought extra holiday joy and uses it from year to year? That's number 1 I want to hear about. And the other thing I want to hear about is, are you someone who hoards your holiday joy? Do you like the new holiday joy? Anything about holiday joy? Tell me in the chat. Azima says her team gave her oregano roll-on with blended with arborvitae, on guard, lemon, tea tree, and fractionated coconut oil as an immune support. And they advised that she put it on her throat and her face mask before going out. Wow. And Azima, did you like that, or was kind of strong? Because I've heard all different things. Some people love it, love that super strong smell in their mask. Other people, not so much. Let me know. Jessica says, here, love, love, love the holiday joy. I know there's someone actually in my team who I know every year stocks up on holiday joy, basically as many bottles as she can get her hands on. And then she uses about a bottle per month. Crazy, right? But it's her favorite oil. I don't know how she's feeling now that they've reformulated it in the US, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, Philippines. This is a beautiful photo. I think, Teresa, you may have been near this photo. There's a volcano that occasionally, I've never seen it erupt, but it has erupted. So if you've been near this volcano, raise your hand. I have. I've only seen it like this. I didn't see it erupting, but it is really a beautiful sight. We've got a couple of people telling us that they love the smell of the On Guard. Oh, Azima says she loves the smell of the blend, and it's manageable. The smell is manageable. I'm glad it is. And Jessica says she's been diffusing it every day, holiday joy that is. And my daughters don't ask now. They automatically grab holiday joy to add to the diffuser in the morning. That's so fun. Teresa says she has some fun pictures from this volcano and from the buried church. So yeah, this is it's an active volcano. And I think about 2 or 3 years ago, right before COVID, it had actually erupted. So you have to be mindful. In the Philippines, you are getting your holiday joy and you're getting your little ornament. What else can you do with your holiday joy? You can add 1 to 2 drops, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, to your potpourri. So you could get some pine cones and drop it on your pine cones. You can put it on your scarf to wear when you go out, which is going to help you smell great. Every time you put on your scarf, you're going to smell delicious. Your closet is going to smell great because you're going to put it back in your closet once you've finished using it. You can apply it to your coat, to the neck of your coat. You can put it, have you all gone to those ugly sweater parties? I don't like those. I don't like ugly. I like pretty. But if you're having an ugly sweater party, you can apply it to your sweater. You can put it on the walls of your shower and you can make some homemade ornaments. So I think that's enough uses for you, but this is a powerhouse of an essential oil. And if you haven't gotten your free one, go out and get it. And if it's still available in your market, try to purchase one. Okay, next on the hit parade, 20% off the kids collection. If you've never used the collection, this is a wonderful addition to any household. Even if you don't have kids, these essential oil blends are a little bit more mild because they are blended with additional fractionated coconut oil, and the blends themselves are usually limited to 4 essential oils. Wonderful usage. I use them a lot with my mom now as she's gotten elderly. Don't have little kids around, but if you do have little kids, this is the packet for you. Next on again, you're going to get your 200 PV special is the frankincense. What are we using our frankincense for? In addition to all the other ways we've talked about, you can help it to use it to support your liver. We all need to support our liver. Our liver is our filtering organ, gets rid of all the toxins and the bad stuff. We want to make sure that our liver is powerful. So we can put it right over our liver. You can take it in a capsule. You can apply it to the abdomen or the bottoms of the feet, or to the reflexology points on the soles of the feet. Ding. If you're in the habit of knowing or you're not, your reflexology points, in the wonderful book I talked about at the beginning, the Essential Life book, they do have the reflexology points right there in the front pages. So take a look. And if you're an expert, use those points as much as you can. Z is mentioning that a member told her that holiday joy reminds her of gingerbread cookies. Yeah, it's a great smell. I just love it to death. Okay, this is super cute, and I don't know if you're going to be able to take advantage of this or it's done already. How many of you have been to the Philippines and seen the jeepneys? Again, raise your hand if you've seen the jeepneys. Super cute. The special for the holidays is Hope Essential Oil with a jeepney pin. Is that the cutest? And if you haven't seen the jeepneys, they are basically little buses that help you get around town if you would like to get from one side of places like Manila, which are super crowded, at a very reasonable price. They are not air conditioning, but they are amazing and look so fun. And I got this picture of this is exactly what they look like. Some are even more bold than this. Hope Touch is actually a blend combining bergamot, Ylang Ylang, frankincense, and vanilla bean. So it's kind of warming, not very spicy, but just a lovely, lovely blend. Each application of dōTERRA, with each application of a dōTERRA touch, you're breathing in that uplifting scent, really the scent of hope. But every single solitary dollar, these roll-ons cost $20 US, and you can purchase them In the Philippines, you're going to get the jeepney. In the rest of the world, you're going to be able to just do good. You can help to rescue precious children throughout the world. The total price is donated to the dōTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, which supports efforts fighting against human trafficking around the world. Primary benefits of hope, I would say, are mood uplifting because it has a bright kind of fresh scent, and also a personalized fragrance. So I love hope. It smells really wonderful. I have a couple of bottles around, and occasionally I will buy one or two. I like also the rose lotion. This is one of my favorite products. If you haven't tried it and haven't experienced it, do good this year. Now's the time of year we want to do good and help our fellow man, right? Okay. Our protective blend number 1 includes rose, frankincense, which looks like everybody in every market is getting frankincense, sandalwood, and patchouli. This is going to be a rich, a little bit florally blend, but I think you'll really like it. Terrific for using in your diffusers. Jessica says that pin is too cute, and she loves the jeepneys, and they're super colorful and honking away. Yes, I forgot that about the jeepneys. They have those crazy horns that sort of sound like all different things, but really loud. So I guess number 1 is so that you get out of the way and you don't get run over by a jeepney, but also to attract your attention. So you hop on. Jeepneys are private, obviously, and each driver wants to make an income. So he wants you to get on his jeepney as opposed to somebody else's. So very cute. And I love the idea of supporting the Healing Hands Foundation. So I hope I gave you enough tips and tricks for all of the oils for this month. If you're happy with some, just give me a thumbs up or give me a smiley face in the chat. I want to hear from you. If you're not already connected to me on Facebook, please connect. I'd love to hear from you. We're also on YouTube. This presentation will be on YouTube in the next day or so you can re-listen, you can take more notes, you can send it to a friend. And finally, remember, folks, you are amazing. We are here every week, but part of the reason why we're here is because of you. And I'm just so pleased to announce just everybody who has done such a wonderful job. Before I sign out, I want to say thank you for having been here. Hey, we got a new world spinning. I also have a big thank you. I already congratulated Z, but I also want to congratulate Deborah Wong and Fabian Tan for their fine achievement on having reached the rank of Blue Diamond. I haven't done a lot of announcements on here because due to ranks, some people were very shy, didn't want to be announced, but this really is quite an achievement. For those of you who have met Deborah and Fabian personally, whether at convention or at their home in Singapore, you know that they are a dedicated couple and a mother and father to 3 young girls. They are just a warm and inviting and lovely couple, and I'm so proud of them. Deborah has been working in dōTERRA with her husband for the last, I believe, 5 years. I was since 2016, and I was privileged to be able to meet her soon after she joined and to spend some time with her and her husband and to meet her girls. She is an amazing lady, and you may not know, but she is combating a very strong disease that we won't mention on camera, but just we want to send out a lot of love and care for her and for her family, and a big congratulations to Deborah and Fabian. I send you a lot of love, and to everyone who's been inspired by them, me included. Honestly, they are an inspiring couple, and we're so proud to see them having achieved this fine achievement. So to everybody who's on, thank you for this wonderful day. This has been quite a day, don't you think? We want to, here we go. Let's take this off and stop the share. Just a lot of good news today, and that's so exciting. Love to celebrate everyone's achievements, to see everyone succeeding. So proud of everyone. I know that you all work very hard. We were talking about this the other day, a group of us. We have a couple of diamond leaders and blue diamond leaders in this area, and we get together occasionally for dinner or lunch, and we're talking about how that your hard work in dōTERRA really does pay off. It not only is it a supportive company, it's a company that works hard to adapt their products and to listen to us, the consumers, and the leaders who are working within this market. So if you haven't had the great good fortune to actually purchase some essential oils, I know some of the people that are watching this presentation may be watching for the first time. You know that you're getting involved with a company that is honorable, that is trustworthy, and that works really hard to support us, the consumers and the builders. So on that note, I'm going to say farewell to everybody who's on YouTube. Have a wonderful week. Keep celebrating. Happy Day of St. Nicholas, and we'll see you all back here next week. Bye-bye now.